Howdy, y'all. Maurice Monroe back online. Let's see how part 2 spoilers turned out.
Yet another snapshot moment happened in my mind. I'll never forget that smirk. I wonder if I would have said no, would my life have been different? Or was this just an immutable point in a time destined to happen? I have a friend that's a big-time producer, and I have it on good authority this show coming up, The Chains of Oakenwood, is going to be the biggest cultural phenomenon since the Marvel movies. This thing will have longer legs than Star Wars, hell, maybe even longer than Shakespeare. That's funny. If this is going to be some forever show, how would I even collect on this victory if it'll outlive me? Well, it more be that if I'd give you something to keep and take it back with interest if you lose. Like a car? A little bit more valuable than a car. Okay, what? Joe took a drink and downed it. I'd have to show you what we're playing for. Why all the mystery? I doubt you'd believe me if I told you. I got suspicious, but Joe laid out the honeypot perfectly. It was as if I had to know. Not now, but eventually. At that moment, I didn't trust him enough to be alone with him. If you can't tell me now, I don't want to know. I understand. If you ever come back to Vegas, look me up. You'd be good. Joe took another shot, tipped his cowboy hat, and was off. For hours, I festered with curiosity. What did he want to play me for that I wouldn't leave? If it was only a matter of going somewhere with the guy I didn't know, I figured I was smart enough to set a place where nothing weird would happen. The thought in my mind was that he was gay, and if I lost, I'd have to take a booster shot up the butt. What else could it be? I texted Joe on Facebook. I told him to meet me at the gym of the hotel. It was late enough that people weren't there. It was semi-deserted, and we would have been somewhat seen on camera. He agreed. In the desolate gym right next to the bathroom, Joe appeared. There was an elderly businessman in a far corner working out on a treadmill, but other than that, barren. Joe tipped his hat. Glad you agreed to see me. I'm curious, so what will we be playing for? Immortality. What? I told you you wouldn't believe me. You were right. But why did I need to be alone? Without the slightest hesitation, Joe drew a knife from the folds of his windbreaker and jabbed it into my heart. It happened so fast, I couldn't cry out. I couldn't even move. I was acutely aware of my heart beating in an awkward rhythm. Joe dragged me into the bathroom quickly as a trained assassin. There, in the restroom, making a trail of blood on the white tiles, Joe placed me next to the sink and yanked the knife out. My blood spurted out like a geyser. Joe left the room before he sullied it with a single drop. Felt myself pass away. I saw the light of eternity for a moment before that door was abruptly shut and my heart began to beat once again. Wound healed, the hurt stopped, but all the blood remained as a grim reminder that it did indeed happen. I pat the wound on my heart. There was a light scar that was sealing itself as quickly as memory foam. I took my phone out of my pocket briskly, instinctually glanced at the hypnotic screen, then put it away. Who was I going to contact? How was I going to explain it? I was stabbed in the heart, but don't worry, I'm fine, the wound closed. I'd be better off calling the dry cleaners than 911. Then all of a sudden, I realized how it looked. I looked like I stabbed someone to death. Not a mark on me, covered in blood. Even the slickest lie seemed suspect, and if nothing else, would invite further questions. I had to get to my room, maybe clean up the mess before anyone noticed. I picked myself up from the floor, almost completely forgetting Joe. Unfortunately, he had not forgotten about me. As I opened the door and was about to sprint to my room, Joe was leaning on the wall like a shyster from an old movie with an angle Where are you off to so fast? He said. I went through several emotions. My fight or flight instincts were fluctuating wildly. But ultimately, all it took to halt me in my tracks was something simple. Everything's fine, he said. I don't know why that worked, but maybe it was something my mind needed to hear to relax. I at that moment didn't even question Joe and wondered how he knew that'd be enough. He spoke the words as elegantly as a practiced tradesman was a master at his craft. He handed me his windbreaker. I took it and zipped it up to mask at least some of the blood. The contours of his knife and the close. Joe was so calculating. I assumed he did that on purpose to put me at ease. It did seem as if he would make mistakes that big. I hurried to my room. Joe followed me. I attempted to close my door behind me, but he pushed his way in. What, after all that, you don't want to hear my offer? With what happened, I completely forgot the reason I made this meeting. He went on talking like a salesman, not allowing me to collect my thoughts and rationalize why I didn't need what he was selling. Immortality, that's the bet, that's what's at stake. What? Do I have to shoot you next to prove it to you? That's why you... yeah, that's why I stabbed you. How could you possibly believe me if I didn't show you? I wanted to sit down, but I stopped myself. The blood on my clothes made it a bad idea. So what is it you wanted to bet? I wanted to see if you can avoid spoilers for a show for an eternity. That's what I'm curious of. So if I can avoid a show completely, I can live forever? Yep, that's what I'm saying. Am I making some sort of fucked up Faustian bargain? I'm not the devil, if that's what you're asking. But you have powers of life and death. What does that sound like to you? Okay, I'm something, but it's not the devil, and the deal's real. You're not gonna get so old you're in a wheelchair or turn into a vampire. I don't get your soul, no type of shit like that. My people take bets, and the odds on you are long. So, whatever it is you're connected to wants me to do this to win a bet. What's their bet? Their bet doesn't concern our bet. I'm giving you perfect health and immortality. Hell, I don't usually do this, but I'll throw in saving your ass if you get trapped somewhere. Your own private AAA. That's a big deal. If you want, we can make a soft bargain. So long as you never watch Chains of Oakenwood, never figure out the plot, never know the characters, you'll stay in perfect health. You'll be invincible. Hell, become a superhero if you like. That can be your shtick. You'll never die, but if you do watch it, if you do understand any part of it, I'll die? No, well, yes, but you'll just age and die normally. That's it. You just get nothing. I told you, I got shit riding on you. I have bigger fish to fry, other than you. So don't know about this show at all, and I live forever? Yep, that's it. But like I said, this is gonna be hard. I have it on good authority. This is gonna be one of those cultural bedrock shows like Sherlock Holmes, the tortoise and the hare. But if you can get past the first 100 years, you're home free. You may want to consider moving to a third world country, maybe 20 years before it catches on. You got countries in Africa still on season 2 of Heroes.